Got this here crazily wrapped package from Diatone. Well, let's see what's inside. It's a bag. Haha. Oh my God, more wrapping. Looks like we got a frame. A bunch of motors. Battery straps. More battery straps. Can always use battery straps. A bunch of these here Toka motors. And these are 2207.5, 2450 kV, perfect for my 5S batteries. And then it looks like we got a couple of Mamba stacks. Okay, so I've heard nothing but good things about Diatone products, but I personally have never used a Diatone product. Big shout out to Tina for thinking of me and sending me these to try out. I have a build on the bench, but I'm probably going to put it to the side and build this bad boy up and beat the tarnation out of it to see how it holds up. Fly it for a while and then give you guys my my thoughts on it. I gotta say I'm a little excited because I've flown nothing but the QAVR for several years now. My usual setup, kind of excited to try something different. So let's get this stuff home and get it on the bench, give it a go through and see what it looks like. Okay, so let's eyeball this stuff up that Diatone sent me. As most of you guys already know, I don't do unboxing stuff, or I try to avoid it as much as possible. Nobody needs to know how to open a freaking box. But the motors come in, you son of a bitch. So the motors come in these nice plastic things, which I used to really like, but now that I've got like 100 of them, I'd rather they put like all 4 motors in just like a cardboard box or something and save me $1 or $2. But I don't know, it's kind of cool to have the little storage boxes. And sometimes this foam comes in handy for like camera mounts or whatever, but yeah, there's that. Here's some codes for their sites, whatever. I don't know if you'll be able to scan that from your computer, but you guys can look up Diatone on Google. I am sure. I have faith in you. So here is this here motor. A couple things I see right off the bat that I really like. They have this here plastic protector on there so the screws don't go through and touch anything. I haven't seen this in a while. Maybe some other motors are doing it. I don't know. I think the last time I saw this is when I was working with LD Power, which they're no longer around anymore. This is a 2207.5 2450 kV. So I'm gonna run this on 5S, and I like 5S with lower pitch props, probably the HQ like R35s, something like that will match up nice with these. It's got kind of like a laser etched like ribs on it, which that can help with cooling, having the extra surface area of the ribs like they do a motorcycle engine type thing, you know. Curved magnets, tolerances look super tight, windings look freaking spectacular. You know, what else can you say about a motor? Feels smooth. I'm not sure what size bearings are in here. I did not look it up. I'm gonna guess they're probably, everybody's like 9mm. At least it's got to be an 8mm bearing, right? But we will see how they fly. The other thing I noticed is it has this ring. The snap ring holding the magnets in, which a lot of companies just glue the magnets on, so that's a good thing. Probably help keep the bell from slipping, definitely keep the magnets in place. And sometimes this can help with durability, so the bell doesn't get squished. But looking at this bell, it looks pretty freaking thin to me. But I don't know, we're gonna give them a thorough thrashing and see how they hold up. See how smooth they are, see how they run, and I'll let you know after the build is done. Of course, there will be follow-up videos to this. Sometimes, like as you know, more experienced pilots will tell you, your experience with this motor may differ from mine, because I don't tend to crash. I still crash, but I don't crash as hard because I can see it coming more. My reaction time is better. I crash lighter than when like I was a beginner. So, you know, maybe if this is your first build and you're gonna go full throttle into a tree like I did on my first few builds, they may not be as durable for you as they are for me. So that being said, yeah, we got the prop nut and the motor bolts here. One thing I found kind of interesting is these button heads look like they're a little bit flat, but we'll get to that later when we do the build. So there is a motor, and then they sent me these here Mamba stacks, which is pretty cool. They have the all the specs and text right there. They gave me some stickers. So we'll be at it. We will see if one of these stickers make it to the desk or the other stuff that yeah. Here's the pinout for the ESC. Now this is cool having these little cards like this, because a lot of companies don't include these anymore. With the pinouts for the stack and the flight controller, you have to look them up online, so it's really cool to have that. This is the DJI Virgin. Yeah, it's a Virgin. Obviously, it's a Virgin. I haven't done anything with it yet. This is the F722 DJI Mini Mamba stack with the Mamba F40 Mini Pro ESC. This is going to be my first experience with Diatone. The only thing I've ever touched from Diatone is these here battery straps that I believe Dave Roberts gave me from Multi-GP when he used to work with them when he was over here in China a few years back. So we will see how it goes. A lot of people have sworn by these Mamba stacks. I haven't heard anything bad about them whatsoever. So I will give you my experiences on them. And if I like everything that's going on here, I will probably talk to Diatone and work out a deal with them. Usually what I do with companies is like get a discount code or something like that. And then when you guys use the discount code, I just use it as like points to get like parts from them or whatever. I don't prefer to do like full sponsorship things where I'm like obligated and contracted with a company. So that's what I usually do, mainly because, as you guys know, I don't care about monetizing this channel, making any money off any of this gear or anything like that. I just want to bring you guys good solid advice and good solid products. If it's a good product, I want you to get a freaking discount on it, and then I will, you know, promote it for them on my channel. That's how I do it. So again, we have a nice box here with some more foam. Oh, let's get everything out of there. Get that box out of the way. So here is the stack already pinned up, already together, sort of, kind of. I think they just kind of slid these in here so that you can get in there and solder on your ESCs, solder on your motors to the ESC. Obviously, here's the plug for the ESC, and then we have the I believe that will be the DJI plug right there. So that is fantastic. Here is a little wow, that is cool. Here's a little interference isolation sheet, so you don't have to use like caption tape or something like that. That is pretty freaking neato, I must say, because ESCs make a lot of noise. This appears to be the DJI plug. This looks like a spare ESC plug. If I'm guessing right, I'm gonna say that it definitely is. Maybe if you want to use a different, if you're gonna use a different ESC with this board or whatever, or it's just a spare one. Is it a little bit longer or something? Yeah, it's a wee bit longer. So maybe you need that for something, I don't know. Capacitor. Let's eyeball this capacitor. This is a 470 35 volt. Most boards nowadays are coming with these, so maybe there's something to that. I don't know. I usually use the 1000 low ESF 35 volts. So I probably will switch that out. But we'll get to that when we do the full build. Obviously, we have our XT60. We have our little cover for that. Some kind of little separator guy here. That's pretty cool. We have all our mounting stuff here, which looks like it is, well, it doesn't look like it is M2. So I believe this stack is going to mount on M2s. Yep, that's what appears to be in there. So they sent me a frame also, so I am sure that the frame is going to be M2 as well. Maybe, is there like a... Sometimes when you have M2 stuff, they'll send like sleeves to make it an M3. Not exactly sure what these are for. Spare, taller grommets maybe for the bottom. In case you need more clearance down there, that is going to be my guess. I don't think you'll need more clearance in between the boards. They got that set up the way they need to, but this is probably for the bottom in case you use a different frame with maybe a center bolt or something that might touch the ESC. Again, I am speculating. I guess we could refer to the card. It doesn't really say, oh, wait, here. See, it does have, somewhere it does have, it says it does have M3 to M2 adapters. But I did not see them in here. But again, they sent me this as a, you know, for me to try out package. So maybe I got some kind of different deal than the actual sales one. Let's double check this box. Definitely not in there, unless I lost them somewhere, which is entirely possible. But apparently it says M2 screws. Oh, okay, I get it. That's what this little plate is for. This is your adapter right here. So it has the M3 holes on one side, right? So if you're using a frame that has M3, you just set this into the M3 holes and then you can run your M2 screws through that. That is pretty freaking neato. It's not just sleeves, it's a whole little plate. See, I'm not that fucking stupid. Sometimes I am. All right, so there is my quick look at that. Looks really freaking solid. Let's put all this crap back in here until we get ready to build this hair thing. So far that is looking freaking spiffy, huh? I like that they gave the adapter. They gave you extra taller little grommets if you need them. Maybe that's to go on top of that M3 plate if you need it. And they gave us this little, my fat fingers can't pick this thing up. They gave us this little shield here, which is freaking fantastic. Stack looks nice, neat, tight. Beautiful. What else is there to say about that? It's a stack. It's a F22. Most boards, I'm going to say these days, most boards are pretty much equal with whatever chip and gyro they're using. As long as they're using the same chip and gyro combination on the boards, they're going to be pretty much equal. It's basically going to be down to what size board you want and what configuration, like where do you want to solder stuff on or how hard is it to set up. This one is going to be super easy by plugging in the DJI, I can tell you that. So, okay, enough of that. Now let's take a look at this here frame they sent me. I'm pretty excited about this, guys, because I have been flying, as you know, the QAVR for several years now, because I believe in doing one solid setup. That's a go-to setup. It always flies the same. It's super easy for me to build because I already know where everything goes, how to configure everything, where everything needs to fit, solder, the whole freaking 9 yards. So I'm pretty excited to try something different. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So this is the DJI version, and it is a 226 size. Now they make a 218 also, which is a little lighter than this. The whole weight is coming in at 130 grams, but I believe on here, what this says right here, now let me unfold all this crap. Oh, and it comes with very detailed instructions, which is freaking fabulous. It's a pretty complicated frame, which, I don't know. We'll see how it builds. I believe this says that just the carbon fiber alone is 114 grams, which is freaking fantastic. My QAVRs are 140 grams, and I'm able to build them under 650. So if I can get this bad boy down to about 600 grams, that will be freaking fantastic. So anyway, there's your detailed parts build list, which is really cool because they coupled it with, they even tagged all the freaking hardware in here so you know exactly what everything is. So they really took their time and detailed this out to make it very understandable. So there's all our hardware. There's a little GoPro mount that you can put, yeah, we all know what that is. It goes on the nose, and then you can clamp your regular GoPro mounting stuff in there. Here is all the, and this isn't TPU here. This is all injection molded stuff. So let's take a look at this real quick. These are like little side protectors for the, I'm not a fan of plastic parts or 3D printed parts, so I probably won't use these. These are just like protectors for the board, for the stack. Probably won't use that. I will use these. I am a fan of skids. I do like to skid, and I don't like to scrub the end of my bolts off when I have to change out a freaking motor. And we will see how these hold up. Being, they're a little thin, but the angles might be okay on them. We'll see if they break or not. If not, I will replace them with my normal skids that I use. So that's those. These are the camera cheeks, which is kind of cool. We'll see how that happens when the build goes together, because they're going to be super, super light, but yet durable enough to hold a camera. I'm okay with that for a camera on plastic mounts. These are some little protector cheeks that go on the front. I probably will not use those. And these are some kind of fins that go under the front that are supposed to like direct the wind. I'm flying a quad through the air. I don't think that I need like some kind of ventilation help. I actually think that this may inhibit the ventilation, just my thoughts. So I probably won't use those, even though they would, you know, they probably look cool, but I don't have to worry about looking cool. And these are some kind of battery cable retainers. I believe they'll probably go on the back standoffs or something like that, which is kind of neat. I may end up using a zippy tie depending on how solid these hold the wire in. And, you know, these could break or whatever. I'll probably just use a zippy tie because it's a lot easier. And if something happens, I don't have to worry about routing the wires back through there. I just cut the zippy tie, put on another one. So I don't know if I'll use that or not. We'll see when it comes to the build. So there's the parts we will be using. Here's the frame itself. Now the frame did come in some nice, beautiful, oh wait. And here's the box. Throw that in the trash. The frame did come in some nice, beautiful, individual shrink wrapped plastic. Which was really cool, but I'm not gonna sit here and have you guys watch me unwrap some freaking plastic. 5mm arms, they say. I'm gonna say this thing isn't super precise, but it appears to be 4.5. So maybe that's off by 0.5 millimeter, which is very possible. They're chafed. Very freaking nicely done. One thing I wish frame people would do, like we look at the weave on the outside of here as the direction of strength, but we don't know what the layers are doing underneath here because carbon is laid up in different ways. It's laid at 45s or it's laid at 90s. So this could be going the other way, but all the layers, the main layers underneath could be going the strength way. We don't know. So I wish they would start telling us if it's a 45 weave or a 90 weave and which way the layers are going. Would give us a, but anyway, feels super freaking strong. Really freaking nice. We'll get back to that in a second. There's a couple battery straps here. These are little things that go on the arm to run your motor wires through if you so desire. Two battery anti-slip pads. I usually use Velcro, so I don't know if we'll be using that. The camera cheeks, some board spacers, mounter things, some antenna protectors that I won't be using. Here's the other camera protector guy. Here is the little saddle for the air unit, because this one, I do have an air unit that I probably am gonna stick in this one, but if this works out well, like I said, I'll probably do something with Diatone or reach out to them. Here's the little air unit saddle. But I'm interested in putting together one of the 218s. We'll see how this holds up and what the weight is when we build it. And if I like it and it holds up well, I'll probably order one of the 218 frames or get them to give me one and put a Vista in it, because it will even be able to make it lighter than having the air unit and the TPU mount. And here's a TPU mount for the rear. I'm also not a real big fan of. I usually use my go-to mount. I'll show you in a second when we take a better look at that frame, but this I probably won't use either. All right, so there's all that. Let's get this stuff out of the way and take an eyeball at this frame real quick, because another thing that I like about this frame, and I've been wanting to try, but I haven't tried one out yet, is the over-under of the plates. Because I believe you can build a frame lighter and stronger with these two over-unders like this. So this is going to be, let's see, I believe the arms go together like this and lock in. Yep. So this is going to be a squished X, as we can see here. And then you'll have your bottom plate and top plate. That one's going to be the bottom. And then you'll have your top going the other way, obviously. And like I said, I probably won't use this TPU mount because I will just more than likely zippy tie my antennas on the back here or something like that. Oh, here's the back. And these little swoopies right here are for the air unit antennas. So this, essentially putting this big heavy thing on there, the only thing it will be holding, because I run Crossfire and not FR Sky, which is where those little protectors would have went in for the FR Sky antennas. So the only thing this would be holding is my Crossfire antenna. So I probably won't use that. I'll just run the air unit antennas through these here holes like that, and I will do my tried and true method of just smushing the freaking Crossfire antenna down underneath the ESC like so, right in the middle. That's the way I do all my builds. If you guys have followed my channel at all, I'll show you real quick on one of my QAVRs, just like that. So I like to do them. I use the original antenna that comes, sorry about the squeaky chair. I use the original antenna that comes with the Crossfire. I don't use the Immortal T's, and then I just heat shrink them to a stir straw, and it works out perfect, and it's super light. Excuse me, when I talk a lot, my throat gets freaking dry. So there's the frame. I'm really excited about getting this together and seeing how much it weighs and how it flies. It looks freaking great. So these are the parts we will be using. So let's see with these parts that I know I am not going to use, probably 100% for sure, what the difference in weight is going to be with that. So if we take all these away, oh crap, I dropped one, of course. If we take all these away, then we're gonna save another 13.5 grams off the original, how much did I say? 130. So we're down to 120, 117 by taking those parts off. So we're already like 25 grams up on my normal QAVR build. So that will be freaking fantastic if it works out. So anyway, there's my first run through thoughts on this thing. I am dying to build it. So we're gonna get this frame together ASAP and do a build video on this bad boy with my little twists and quirks of how I'm gonna build it. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Peace.